Hello friends, today I am going to explain about definitions and functions of hospitals. Objectives. On completion of this period, you would be able to learn definition of hospital, meaning of the hospital, functions of the hospital. Narayana Rudayalaya, Bangalore. Introduction. Hospital are organized institutions for the care of the sick and injured. The word the hospital comes from the word hospice, which means host. In olden days, the hospitals were guest houses for the shelter of the homeless and for the treatment of travelers. A hospital is a healthcare institution providing patient treatment with specialized medical and nursing staff and chemical equipment. The best known type of hospital is the general hospital, which typically has an emergency department of treat urgent health problems ranging from fire and accident victims to a sudden illness. A district hospital typically is the major healthcare facility in its region, with many beds for intensive care and additional beds for patients who need long-term care. Specialized hospitals include trauma centers, rehabilitation hospitals, children's hospitals, seniors geriatric hospitals, and hospitals for dealing with specific medical needs such as psychiatric treatment. See psychiatric hospital and certain disease categories. Specialized hospitals can help reduce healthcare costs compared to general hospitals. Hospitals are classified as general, specialty, or government depending on the source of income received. A teaching hospital combines assistance to people with teaching to medical students and nurses. A medical facility smaller than a hospital is generally called a clinic. Hospitals have a range of departments. Example, surgery and urgent care, and specialist units such as cardiology. Some hospitals have outpatient departments and some have chronic treatment units. Common support units include a pharmacy, pathology, and radiology. Hospitals are usually funded by the public sector, health organizations for profit or non-profit, health insurance companies, or charities, including direct charitable donations. Historically, hospitals were often founded and funded by religious orders or by charitable individuals and leaders. Currently, hospitals are largely staffed by professionals, physicians, surgeons, nurses, and allied health practitioners, whereas in the past, this work was usually performed by a members of founding religious orders or by volunteers. However, there are various Catholic religious orders such as the Alexians and the Bonsecours sisters that still focus on hospital ministry in the late 1990s, as well as several other Christian denominations include the Methodists and Lutherans which run hospitals. In accordance with the original meaning of the word, hospitals were originally place of hospitality, and this meaning is still preserved in the names of some institutions such as the Royal Hospital Chelsea, established in 1681 as a retirement and nursing home for veteran soldiers. Definition: according to WHO, World Health Organization, a hospital is an integral part of social and medical organization, the function of which is to provide for the population the complete health care, both curative and preventive. The patient services reach out the family and its own environment. The hospital is also a center for the training of health workers and for biosocial research. The hospital is defined as an institution of community health. Its functions embrace the entire spectrum of medical care: prevention, diagnosis, therapy, rehabilitation, education, and research. Its primary commitment is towards the patient. The epitaph of Pasteur rightly sums up that it has to cure sometimes, alleviate often, and comfort always. The modern hospital, while discharging its functions, operates an office, a hotel, a lodge, and a medical care outfit. It also becomes a major educational and social service institution. Most importantly, it has to remain a customer-oriented institution, since it is for them for that exists. Functions of hospital: care of the sick and injured, prevention of disease and promotion of health, diagnosis treatment diagnosis and treatment of disease, rehabilitation and vocational training, medical education to professionals like doctors, nurses, pharmacists, dietitian and social workers, etc. and medical research. The technical discussion of the 10th World Health Assembly was held in 1957, the subject of which was the role of hospital in the public health program. Some 200 participants attended the sessions under the general chairmanship of A.J. Metcalfe, Director General of Health of Australia. Participants were split into 9 groups, and the 9 group reports were consolidated to make a general statement. From the start of the discussions, the cards were stacked in favor of an extension of hospital functions, for it is recorded that the groups were all but unanimous, accepting the definition of a hospital put out in the first report of the expert committee on organization of medical care of the World Health Organization. The hospital is an integral part of a social and medical organization, the function of which is to provide the population complete health care, both curative and preventive, and whose outpatient services reach out the family in its home environment. The hospital is also a center for the training of health workers and for biosocial research. Major functions of hospitals: the main functions of a hospital is to provide the population with complete health care. It also functions as the center for the training of health workers. A hospital is generally a vital part of a social and medical organization. Following are some of the broad categories of hospital functions: medical care, which involves the treatment and management of patients through the staff of physicians; patient support, which relates directly to patient care and includes nursing, dietary diagnostic, therapy, pharmacy and laboratory services. Administrative, which concerns the execution of policies and directions of the hospital governing discharge of support services in the area of finance, personnel, materials and property, housekeeping, laundry, security, transport, engineering and board and other maintenance. Besides, the following are some major responsibilities coming under administrative services. To plan, direct and coordinate financial operations of the hospital. To prepare work and financial plan and provide fund estimates for programs and projects. To manage the receipt and disbursement of cash or collections. To administer personnel development programs, policies and standards. To give advice on matters affecting policies, enforcement and administration of laws, rules and regulations. To procure, store, manage and issue the inventory and disposal of unserviceable hospital equipment and materials, and to provide general services such as repairs and maintenance, housekeeping, laundry, transport and security. Teaching, vocational, undergraduate, postgraduate, continuing education. Research, basic research, clinical research, health services, research, educational research, employment inside, hospital, health professionals, other healthcare workers outside hospitals, suppliers, transport services. Some critical points regarding functions of hospitals. Medical sociologists assert that the delivery of health services is much more than simply the application of scientific and technical knowledge. Healthcare services are delivered by people to people within various social environments, which can influence the way medical technology is delivered or received, and perhaps most important, the clinical outcomes for people seeking help. Moreover, the rising costs and consistent quality of health care have raised significant questions among professionals, policy makers, and the public about the way health services are being delivered. For the past 50 years, medical sociologists have made significant contributions in improving our understanding of the nature, and impact of the organizations, hospitals that constitute our healthcare system. In this session, three central issues in the sociology of health services have been discussed. Health services unequally distributed contributed to health inequalities across status groups. Social institutions reproduce healthcare inequalities by concentrating and enabling the actions of health service organizations, healthcare providers, and consumers. The structure and dynamics of healthcare organizations shape the quality, effectiveness, and outcomes of health services for different groups and communities. The policy implications for future healthcare reform efforts. Equal distribution of health services contributing to health inequalities across status groups. One of the fundamental concerns of medical sociologists over the past 50 years has been to document and explain gender, social, economic, and racial ethnic differential in health outcomes. Among the early explanations for these patterns were disparities in the distribution of health services among social groups and substantial attention was devoted to documenting systematic differences in access to health care. More recently, evidence has emerged suggesting that the adverse impact of healthcare disparities on population health is increasing, highlighting the need for additional research. Laser and Cunningham 1997. As a result, sociologists have taken a renewed interest and adopted a more complex and comprehensive approach to health services research, examining the nature, quality, and timeliness of care received under a variety of illness conditions. Gender. Sociological research has documented significant gender differences in help seeking. Women are more likely than men to visit a doctor for an array of both physical and mental health problems. Quarantine 2000, Green and Pope 1999, Kessler, Brown and Broman 1981. They are also more ATP to have a regular physician and to obtain preventative screenings. Bostic et al. 1993, Centers for Disease Control 1998, Powell, Greener, Anderson and Murphy 1997. Whoever, men who do consult a health professional may receive better treatment than women for the same condition. The evidence is particularly strong in the case of heart disease. Women who present with symptoms of cardiac disease are less likely to be referred for diagnostic tests, given cardiac drugs, or instructed to make lifestyle changes. Conversely, they are 3 to 5 times more likely to be sent home without any treatment. These patterns delay diagnosis and contribute to higher mortality rates among women with heart disease relative to men. Socioeconomic status. Decades of research by sociologists suggest that people with less income and education face greater obstacles accessing health services than their more well-off counterparts despite having higher health care needs. Disparities are particularly marked in the area of primary care. For example, adults and children of lower socio-economic status are less likely to have routine physical examinations and screening procedures such as prenatal care, immunizations, mammograms, and colonoscopies. Moreover, they are less likely to receive medical intervention in a timely manner, and they often receive less intensive and lower quality treatments. Together, these patterns result in poorer long-term outcomes and higher emergency room and hospitalization rates for conditions that would not normally require them. Padgate and Brodsky. Race and ethnicity. Because income and educational attainment are so closely linked to race and ethnicity in America, patterns of healthcare inequality observed in racial ethnic minority groups are similar to those found in low low SEC populations, that is, racial ethnic minorities generally have less access to health services, in particular primary and preventive care, and they also tend to receive delayed treatment and low quality acute and long term care than whites. Though these patterns are better established in African American populations, studies suggest they also extend to Latinos, Asian Americans, and Native Americans. Care of the sick and injured. It raises the quality of care and general standards of medical practice. The chief function of the hospital is giving care to the sick and injured persons as outpatients or inpatients. The main function patient care of a hospital is to provide care to the sick or injured and restore the health of the patient. It raises the quality of care and general standards of medical patient practice. It is a center of community health and contributes a great deal to preventive and social medicine. Prevention of disease and promotion health. It is a center of community health and contributes a great deal to preventive and social medicine. Modern hospitals extend their services in the community by arranging camps and clinics by doctors and other health persons to prevent the disease, such as immunization camps, eye camps, etc. Immunization, it helps to prevent the disease. A small unit is run in an OPD section where children are immunized by giving different vaccines like BCG, hepatitis, smallpox, etc. Diagnosis and treatment of disease. It lowers in the incidence of disease through early detection and treatment. Patient's care, it includes services for diagnosis, prophylaxis, and treatment of disease to the patient. The inpatient services are equally important by providing hospitalization facility. Rehabilitation and vocational training. Rehabilitation is an essential aspect of all healthcare systems, and it is one of the functions of the hospital. Helping a person to regain independence or restoration of a person to normal or near normal function during and after hospitalization. Rehabilitation. Rehabilitation. This facility is provided to drug addicts, chronic alcoholics, and psychiatric patients by specific therapy and supportive measures like yoga and advice. Medical education to professionals. It stimulates the growth of the medical science. Doctors and nurses receive their training in large teaching hospital. The theoretical part of their learning is conducted in a particular institution, and they practice their knowledge in the actual situation of hospital. Training of medical and health professionals and patients. Training or education is an important function of a hospital. Education is a hospital has two different forms, namely educating the medical and health professionals, and second is educating the patient. A hospital could be considered as a workshop where the student learns by observing and practicing under the supervision of his superiors. Training to the nurses, medical and social workers, X-ray and laboratory technicians, and other staff is an essential fact of hospitals. Such training programs should be arranged periodically under the supervision of experienced superiors. A hospital also aims to educate the general public through lectures and demonstration on the preventive aspects of common and serious disease. A hospital provides the means and methods by which persons can work together in groups to take care of patients and the community. Hospitals provide facilities for continuing education. All persons involved in the healthcare, patients and their relatives. Medical research. Medical research is an important factor in the successful practice of medicine and in the advancement of medical science. The statistics in the hospital helps to evaluate the occurrence and prevalence of particular disease in the locality or society and health status of a country. Hospital research is important as it helps in developing new methods of treatment and improving a hospital services. Some of the common areas of research in a hospital are development of new techniques in surgery, laboratories, diagnostic procedures, evaluation of investigational drugs in disease, etc. It helps to lower incidences of disease through early detection and treatment. It also helps to develop and maintain an effective system of clinical and administrative records and reports. Hospitals also participate in the financial plan and safety programs. Medical research or biomedical research, also known as experimental medicine, encompasses a wide area of research extending from basic research, also called bench science or bench research, involving fundamental scientific principles that may apply to a preclinical understanding to clinical research, which involves studies of people who may be subjects in clinical trials. Within this spectrum is applied research or translational research conducted to expand knowledge in the field of medicine. Both technical and preclinical research phases exist in the pharmaceutical industries, drugs development pipelines, where the clinical phase is denoted by the term clinical trial. However, only part of the clinical or preclinical research is oriented towards a specific pharmaceutical purpose. The need for fundamental and mechanism-based understanding, diagnostics, medical devices, and non-pharmaceutical therapies means that pharmaceutical research is only a small part of medical research. The increased longevity of human the increased longevity of humans over the past century can be significantly attributed to advances resulting from medical research. Among the major benefits of medical research have been vaccines for measles and polio, insulin treatment for diabetes, classes of antibiotics for treating a host of maladies, medication for high blood pressure, improved treatment for AIDS, stents and other treatments for atherosclerosis, new surgical techniques such as microsurgery, and increasingly successfully treatments for cancer. New beneficial tests and treatments are accepted as a result of the Human Genome Project. Many challenges remain, however, including the appearance of antibiotic resistance and the obesity epidemic. Most of the research in the field is pursued by biomedical scientists, but significant contributions are made by other types of biologists. Medical research on humans has to strictly follow the medical ethics sanctioned in the Declaration of Helsinki and Hospital Review Board, where the research is conducted. In all cases, research ethics are accepted. Summary: in this class, we discussed about definition of hospital, functions of hospitals. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.